Hey everybody, it's Dr. Levi. So happy to have you with me. I haven't done a few videos for a while, so I'm glad to be back on the scene. You know, 2018 was a really intense year of a lot of research and development for some other things that I'm working on for the gaming community. So just stand by, some great things coming your way this year. Today, I want to talk about selfie wrist. This is a term that I coined about maybe 2.5 years ago, and people talk about it a lot today, but I want to really give you some understanding about what selfie wrist is, hopefully how you can prevent it, and then I want to show you some exercises that I think are very specific for this issue. So selfie wrist is very similar and akin to carpal tunnel syndrome, but it's not carpal tunnel. So let's go over that. Carpal tunnel syndrome is compression of the median nerve here in this area by the transverse carpal ligament, the TCL. And when someone has carpal tunnel syndrome, they present with numbness and tingling in their thumb, index finger, middle finger, half of their ring finger, as well as decreased grip strength, a feeling of pins and needles in their hands. Sometimes they will have pain at night. We call it night pain. That will actually awaken them. They'll have to shake their hands out, or they'll massage their hands because they have so much pain. So carpal tunnel syndrome is very different from selfie wrist. So selfie wrist is an irritation of the median nerve. It's the same nerve for the carpal tunnel, however, it is different with respect to the issues involved. So median nerve neuritis is a form of what we call selfie wrist. So they again will have some of the same basic symptoms: numbness and tingling in their thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, decreased grip strength. They'll have pain when they're taking a selfie, specifically from this movement, this hyperflexion of the wrist. And often we know when someone's taking a selfie, they don't aim directly at themselves. They will aim high and they'll come down like this. And this hyperflexion over and over and over throughout the day and throughout the week and throughout a month will give someone inflammation in the median nerve. And this, of course, is a median nerve neuritis, which I've coined that term selfie wrist. So that's what that's about. Now, let's talk about how you can avoid it. That's the real issue here today. So you can avoid it by one, moderation in the number of selfies that you're taking. Now, remember this, you can also develop selfie wrist from not taking selfies, from just doing a lot of work with respect to typing with your hands in a hyperflex position when you're typing. So it's so important that you have your office, your desk, ergonomically balanced so that your hands and your wrists are in this position when you're typing, neutral position, not hyperflex, not hyperextended. Everything should be in the same plane. That's very, very important. That's why if you can, wherever you're working, if you can get an ergonomic evaluation of your workspace, that'll help you tremendously. So I highly advocate that. Now, let's get back to selfie wrist. So, exercises that I'd like you to do for that are the following. Similar to carpal tunnel syndrome, they're called gliding exercises. So, again, elbows straight, hands are open. I'll do it from the side so you can get this perspective. It's around the world. I want you to do these 3 sets a day, a set of 20. Around the world, then back around the world. All right? Then you're going to slightly close your fist, same exercise, slightly closed fist, again, around the world. You don't just do this fast. You really want to make sure that you're flexing and extending your wrist. So it's not just this, it's around. So you're going from flexion to extension, flexion to extension. Again, 20 in one direction, 20 in the other direction. And another one that I think helps very much so is flappers. So again, you're here, up and down, just up, you hold, down, up and down, up and down. Again, a set of 20. Now, one thing that's important to remember, again, I said this earlier, I want to go back to it, and that is you can also develop selfie wrist, median nerve neuritis from not taking a selfie. You can develop this from, for example, if you have a job like using a jackhammer, or if you're typing a lot during the day, if you're writing, if you're working some type of camera gear where you're constantly flexing and hyperextending your wrist over and over throughout the day, that can do it. And of course, I see it with gamers who are gaming sometimes 12 to 18 hours a day, 5 to 6 times a week. They can develop this also. So it's important that you do those exercises. The other thing I want to share with you, I think is important, is that when it comes to selfies and your job and even gaming, the key word here is moderation. So if you're having difficulty and pain, it's so important that you monitor that. And if you have discomfort, then step back and maybe do a little bit less. However, the most important thing I can share with you with this video today is do the exercises, moderation, and do the exercises consistently. Not simply once a week when you think about it. You want to schedule yourself that every morning for 5 minutes you do your SELFIE WRIST exercises. Every evening for 5 minutes before going to retire for the night, you're going to do 5 minutes of those exercises. They'll really, really help you. The goal is for you to be healthy and fit and happy for life. Well, this is Dr. Levi, the Gamer's Doctor. Game on.